Our next challenge: to understand how to ask and how to give permission. So far, we know that we can do it with may as a modal verb. Well, yes, there are other ways, and yes, there are differences between these other ways. Here are some examples. Can I take a look at your notebook? Could I borrow your pen, please? May I take your pencil for a while? All of these are ways in which you can ask for permission, which means that as modal verbs, you can use can, could, or may at the beginning of the sentence. These are ways to ask for you something to be permitted. You can also give permissions. For example, can I take a look at your notebook? Of course, you can take a look whenever you want. So can is used for giving permission also. Could I borrow your pen, please? Of course, you can borrow it. Can, again, it's important. Could is not used for giving permission. May I take your pencil? Of course, you may take it. So, for giving permission, two modal verbs you remember, can and may. Could is a little bit more formal than can. That's the only difference between them, a little bit. Something else which is new as a structure for you. When there is a rule and you require permission, but permission because of the rule, here your options are can or be able to. Let's see what's this in practice. Every passenger can take a piece of hand luggage, permitted by the plain rules. Every passenger is allowed to take piece of hand luggage. Is allowed to the same as can when you speak about a general permission to a rule in the present. In the past, some years ago, you couldn't take any luggage. So could here is the past tense of can, and because of that, it can be used for permission. Permission by written rules. Some years ago, you couldn't. Same story goes with the new structure. Some years ago, you weren't allowed to take any hand luggage. Remember these: can or be allowed to do something. These are the two forms that you can use when you need permission by some written or spoken rules. In the past, can becomes could, and be allowed to, which is allowed to, becomes was or were allowed to. If you speak about the future, then you use only be allowed to, will be allowed to. Passengers will be allowed to take more than a piece of hand luggage in the future. Will be allowed to. One exercise to check if that was clear. So check the PDF or pause the video now. Do it, and we are checking. Alright. May I use your phone? You ask for permission. The same with can. Can I use your phone? Am I allowed to smoke in the theater? Permission by rules. Am I allowed? Pay attention to the way the question is formed. Am I allowed? Am I allowed to smoke? Am I allowed to swim? Same logic. In the weather. Am I allowed to swim in this weather? Rules. Am I allowed up to the rules? Am I allowed to ride a bike in this park? In general, up to the rules. Is there a prohibition? It's the same. May I borrow your book? It's a friend-to-friend request, asking for permission. And the last one, am I allowed to wear shorts at work? Is it written in the company rules somewhere that it's prohibited? Same logic. Am I allowed to? When you ask for permission by rules, again, you need to use be allowed to or can. In the past, was, were allowed to, and could. In all of the other cases, when you ask for permission, you can use may, can, or could. Could in this situation does not refer to the past, it refers to the present. Just it's a little bit more formal than can. When you want to give permission, in this case you need to use may or can. Well done. Next video is waiting for you.